social media bans are no longer hypothetical. They're happening.
This is Australia showing enough is enough.
We have agreed on an age limit on 15 years of age.
We will protect them from the digital Wild West.
From Australia to France, countries are pulling the plug on teens' social media accounts. But why now? And what's really driving this global crackdown? Let's break it down. Australia became the first country to implement a nationwide ban in late 2024, prohibiting social media access for children under 16, blocking them from sites like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube from late 2025.
It's just kind of like pointless. Like, it's just like, we're just gonna create like new ways to get on these platforms. So, like, what's the point, you know?
When the ban kind of went ahead, it felt like they were flicking a switch and, you know, people that were suspected to be underage, under 16, simply got deactivated.
Since then, momentum has spread. A growing list of European countries, France, Spain, Greece, Denmark, Slovenia, and the Czech Republic, have in recent weeks moved to follow Australia in proposing a social media ban for adolescents, amid rising concern about addiction, online abuse, and falling school performance.
There has been a groundswell of appetite by parents and sort of child developmental psychologists for years to do something about this.
Australia passed a law on November 28, 2024, after days of heated debate, setting a standard for other countries to follow in a global push to curb the power of big tech. Francesca Pisanu, EU advocacy officer at Eurochild in Brussels, told Reuters that Australia was the trigger point.
It really prompted the discussion around this. Perhaps this was not considered before. What we know is that in September 2025, this was actually in the State of Union speech. This is the speech that Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, has every September. She said that algorithms cannot raise our children.
Social media platforms, including TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat, say people need to be at least 13 to sign up. But child protection advocates say the controls are insufficient, and official data in several European countries shows huge numbers of children under 13 have social media accounts.
Il faut protéger nos jeunes et nous aussi évidemment, mais il ne faut pas non plus que ça aille dans une diminution de l'accès à l'information pour les jeunes. Je trouve que les jeunes, même s'ils doivent être protégés des réseaux, doivent quand même avoir accès à l'information pour être ouverts sur le monde.
That's the question, and the data isn't in yet.
Can we say that, you know, whatever it is, 2 million Australian teenagers' mental health has improved in the last 2 months? Of course not. Everybody is saying the real impact on teen mental health will not be visible for minimum 1 year, probably 5 years.
There are concerns about unintended consequences.
There are many very credible Australian sort of psychologists and even sort of human rights bodies who have said that this is stripping away agency of young people, particularly marginalised young people. So, you know, let's say you're an LGBT sort of teenager living in a rural, remote location, or you're a migrant living in a remote location. It might be that a lot of your social world and kind of support network is built around what you're getting online.
Australia tested age assurance technology on over 1,000 people before implementing the ban. The most popular method? A selfie.
You just take a little snapshot of a selfie and somehow the computer looks at that and checks out how many grey hairs you've got, how many wrinkles you've got under your eyes, and they go, that person's 17 years old. That's apparently pretty accurate.
Pisanu said that the EU is also looking into age verification measures, but the findings from Australia are essential to assess the long-term impact of these bans.
Πιστεύω πως σίγουρα κάποια παιδιά θα υπάρξουν που να μπορέσουν να πάνε γύρω από τον νόμο, είτε με χρήση VPN, είτε με κάποιον άλλο τρόπο, Οπότε δεν πιστεύω πως θα είναι 100% αποτελεσματικός, αλλά σίγουρα θα περιορίσει κάποια παιδιά από το να χρησιμοποιούν τα κοινωνικά δίκτυα.
Privacy and speech concerns are front and center. In Australia, Reddit is challenging the ban in court, arguing it violates young people's implied right to free political expression. As for parental rights, Australia made a deliberate choice to remove their discretion.
You know, they made the call that it's actually making it easier for families to outsource that decision, and the parent can simply go, it's against the law, therefore we're not having this conversation.
Some other countries, like Denmark and France, are taking a different approach, allowing parental consent for younger users. But at the EU level, the conversation is just beginning. Australia implemented its ban in late 2024. Spain, France, Denmark, and the UK are considering their own versions. The first results on effectiveness could come soon, but experts say it will take years to know the real impact.